We apologize in advance, but today we're not doing Am I the Asshole from Reddit, but we're exploring some other popular subreddits. Sorry. Hello.
Hello. Welcome back.
We're back for another episode.
Did you miss us?
Just a little bit.
How's it going?
Same old. I wish I had more exciting news for you.
No, honestly, I feel the same, but I have a mood booster that I wanted to chat about because I feel like we're all in the same boat. So I wasn't having a very good day because life, you know? Mm-hmm. But then the sun was setting. I got in my car and I screamed at the top of my lungs, Not Ready to Make Nice by Dixie Chicks.
Don't know that song.
I'm not ready to make nice. I'm not ready to... No. It's written about George W. Bush. Anyway, That's actually crazy because that is like our number one friend group sing at the top of our lungs like before we go to bed songs like when we're partying.
My friends weren't really into country. Like the most country my friends were into was like Taylor Swift.
But this is like iconic country. I feel like anyone that's not...
I'm telling you, okay. I grew up with like Gypsy Kings, Kenny G, Tony Braxton. My mom really liked R&B.
Okay, I'll give you that. That's fine. But do you get that feeling when you're in the car, like the sun is setting, yes. The windows are kind of down? I was in a puffer jacket because it was like really cold. But it was like, what's like your go-to? Do you have like a go-to song that pumps you up?
Crap, it's by Sigala. Like Sigala always makes like really nice like beachy music. Yes. What's the one with Michael Jackson? Or there's like, he has lots, like there's Sweet Melody, I think.
Oh, sweet. No.
Well, there's one that's like, sweet. Oh, sweet.
I don't think there's one episode that has gone by without us not singing. Not one, I don't think.
It's the only one I can think of like off the top of my head. There's also a Freddie Mercury song, like when he had like a solo album.
Okay, yeah.
It's called I Was Born to Love You. That one was like banger.
Okay, I love that. Anything like Jonas Brothers, like Flashback, Hilary Duff, like Let the Rain Fall Down, that slaps. Like truly.
Come Clean,
yeah.
I actually did an entire like an English class in middle school. We had to pick a song and then dissect the song and write an essay about it, and I chose Come Clean.
I think you've mentioned this, and then I also rebutted with I did an essay about Justin Bieber. I think we've spoken about this.
Like about Justin Bieber, like his music.
Just like him, why I love him.
Nice. The thing is like I missed the complete point of the assignment. Like you're supposed to pick a song that had like depth and meaning. And yes, I just chose a Hilary Duff song that I was just purely obsessed with at the time. So like I was supposed to like talk about how the song was like how I was connected to it.
Did you just like recently break up with a boyfriend?
Yeah, I guess.
Honestly, like that music video with like she's in that glass house with like the convertible, it's just with the rain. Oh, so good.
So you're blasting Dixie Chicks.
So I just feel really happy, but I'm disappointed in something today. Okay. So the Dyson Airwrap, an $800. Just hold tight. Oh. I did not spend the money. Thank God. For the YouTubers, I spent 2 hours on my hair with the Dyson Airwrap. And it looks like I just woke up.
Who has an Airwrap? Your sister?
My mother got one for Christmas last year.
Nice.
And I've never really put thought into it because my hair is really thick and it just takes so much time. But last night I was like, I am going to do this up. And I did all the attachments and it was like beautiful. I went to bed. I touched up. It was like so nice. It lasted maybe an hour.
Did you do the cool shot?
Yeah. I did everything. And it's just frustrating.
Honestly, I'm convinced because like, have you ever had like the big Revlon one that was popular?
I love it. I use it all the time.
Like I think it's good for smoothing, but it doesn't like curl your hair. Like when my hair was shorter, it looked really good, but now like it makes my hair just like look frizzy basically.
Oh, okay.
Like I think for our hair type, because we both have the same hair type, we need like the heat. Like you need a straightener, you need a hair curler. Because
totally.
Same thing. Like I really struggled with the Dyson Airwrap, especially right after Christmas. Because
you have one?
No.
Oh.
No.
Same question.
After Christmas, like every single person and their cousin on TikTok had a fucking Airwrap.
Yeah.
Everyone. And I was like, do I need to get one? Am I missing out on something here? Because it's supposed to be like so much better for your hair. Yeah. And I was like, okay. And for me, it was mostly like, I want that look, like that style. But then I realized I'm very capable of getting that with a curler that already works for me.
Totally. And I had access to a Dyson Airwrap and I'm like, do I need one? Like that's how much influence TikTok has over me. And I have tried the Dyson many times and failed. And I still thought maybe I just need my own to give it a go.
You can go to the Dyson store in the mall downtown and they'll style your hair with it.
For free?
I think so.
That's fun.
Just to like get you to be like, wow, this is amazing. But then like you realize you can't do it the same way they can.
Honestly, I would want to do that just to see what it could do with my hair.
I think this is what the real way to test it out though. You need to do it in the morning and have it last, because you sleeping on it, that's gonna fuck it up. Totally.
But also the long barrel, like it's just so short. My whole hair doesn't, the length of my hair doesn't wrap around it. So just it's not for me. And if you have thick long hair, don't get it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good to know.
There you go. That's my hot take.
Speaking of hair products, actually, did you hear that Olaplex is being recalled on one of their products because it can cause infertility?
I just bought it. I just bought Olaplex.
Literally, me too. Literally just the other day.
For the first time. It's not their bonding oil.
3. No, not the bonding oil.
Also, don't want kids, so it's okay. I'm just kidding. Not right now. I want kids later.
No, apparently it was something to do with like the fragrance can cause infertility, so it's like being banned in the EU and the UK.
That's an interesting. I would love like facts behind that, like how a smell can, like, is that so chemically?
Well, I want to know how they like linked that.
Well, that's what I'm saying. No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Another hot take. I don't think Olaplex is worth it.
I've never tried the shampoo, conditioner, anything.
I have one little tiny bonding oil. I just have the bonding oil.
I use that, but the only time that I do agree with it is when you get it done in a salon, like a pre-treatment, like, but you've never bleached your hair.
No.
So that's what it was actually originally made for.
Right.
Was there's like a step 1 that they do at the salon, and then you can buy the step 2, which is like, it does something like with the hair cuticle, it like opens it up big enough so when it bleaches, it like doesn't fuck up your hair as much.
Oh, interesting.
That's how it started. And then because it was like so popular, then they like grew the line into like other shit.
Honestly, it's smart. It smells really good and it does do okay, but sometimes just like makes my hair a little greasy, a little heavy. But I don't know. I have to use it. It was like $50 for that little tiny bottle, so I will be using it.
I like the oil. I always just forget to use it, to be honest, but it smells really good. And I just bought the number 6.
Okay.
That you put in with like wet hair, and I used it for the first time and it actually felt very nice.
Ooh, that's really nice. I use Kerastase. I got it for Christmas and I still have it, which is amazing. I have the shampoo and conditioner, and then I have this like amazing heat protecting cream that you put on right out of the shower.
Nice.
And I just love any product that makes me reminds myself of the salon, you know?
I got such an ego boost because I was reading like multiple lists on like what's the best heat protector or just like thing to put on your hair when it's wet. And it always usually makes the top 5, but number 1 is always usually like this Pureology one.
Oh, okay.
It's like
Pureology or Pureology?
Pureology. Oh. It's like Pureology like 21 or something, because it has like 21 ingredients, but it's always number 1 and then usually the other one in the top 5 is like Bumble to Bumble's hair primer, and I use both of those already, and I was like, wow, I'm a genius.
You are a genius. I've heard many good things about Bumble and Bumble.
It's good shit. Makes your hair smell good. For me, mostly that stuff is so good, especially when you're traveling, because you don't know how the water is going to be on your hair. That stuff always brings your hair back to normal, I feel like.
I'm bringing all my stuff to Mexico because I'm like, I know that's going to be bad.
R.I.P. Go get your hair braided on the beach. Don't even bother.
Get my hair braided on the beach. Honestly, I used to do that every vacation, but
babe, the last time I was in Mexico,
did you do it?
No. But like I genuinely thought that like I was going to convince my hair to not floof out. Like I went to the effort of curling it, and literally in 3 minutes it's for nothing.
Well, there's 3 girls going, and we're like, one person bring a straightener, one person a curler, because like we shouldn't all bring stuff that we're not even going to use. So fair. We're just like and I'm probably going to bring my Revlon.
Bring your hair curler.
Obviously. Yeah, I was like, they're like, oh, I'll bring mine. I'm like, no, mine's the longest barrel. I mean, you can bring yours, but I will be bringing mine anyway. So, yeah.
How do you style your hair when you're in Mexico? Because I never see you with your hair up.
I know. I don't like wearing my hair up.
But like, how do you do when you're in Mexico? Because it's like, it's hot, it's muggy, you have long, thick hair. Like, don't you want it out of your face?
Yeah, I mean, I'll take
it down
when you're in the photos. Pool? Yeah, it'll be up. No, when I'm in the pool, it's like wet.
This is my hair wet.
No, that's a funny question. Yeah, no, because I'll probably I pull the pieces back like at night, and then I'll curl it.
What about like 2 French braids?
Yeah, cute. I'll do that. Well,
like 2 boxer braids?
I haven't been to Mexico in a very long time, so this will be first time. I think first time in 4 years. So
I literally, one Mexico trip, like planned all of my hairstyles with my corresponding bathing suits and headgear. Like, because I would wear like a bandana to like keep it out of my face and stuff. And then I matched it to my bathing suits.
Okay, that's cute. I will not be very
uncertain with that. Okay,
no, that's cute. I just like don't have the care in the world to do that. I bought some, I knew they were going to be bad. Like, I just want to preface, like, I knew this was a mistake, but I bought 2 bathing suits from Shein.
I knew you were going to say Shein.
And holy crap.
Bad.
So unsupportive. And it just, they're not like, you know, bathing suit like kind of sucks you in.
These ones, no.
No, they're like, oh, there you are. All of you. With no support. Like, it was rough.
Sidebar story. My mom told me that when they were in a, anyways, they were in Austria and she didn't have a bathing suit. So my grandma made one for her. Guess what material it was made of?
Lycra.
Terry cloth.
Oh. Ooh, that soaks right up. You'd be heavy. That would be. Wait, I love that. That's so funny. I actually bought terry cloth, like neon orange shorts.
Cute.
A week ago. Okay, thank God. Right. I was like, oh, it's a little risky.
Terry cloth's a vibe.
They were $3 from Old Navy, so I'm like, obviously, I have to buy them. Like, even if they suck, $3.
Amazing.
Mm-hmm. But anyway, enough just talking about our vacays.
Okay, today's main event.
Our favorite website.
We've done Am I the Assholes? Now we've decided to explore Reddit on a different level. Mm-hmm. A couple of my favorites. When I got engaged to Steve, immediately I go to Reddit because I'm like, oh, I want to find all the tips and tricks for like weddings. And then I come across r-wedding shaming, which is like the place where everyone just goes to make fun of people getting married and like they're really entitled brides and bridezillas. And like, I just think wedding stories are just hilarious.
They're
people
so
just go like, what's the word? Like feral over weddings. Like you don't act like yourself.
It's like bridezilla.
Yeah.
In every form. It's really funny. And I really like this Reddit thread. I was like, because some people are asking for advice. Like some of them like were serious and some were like, look at this Facebook post that I have.
My favorite ones though, and I wish like we could show like, we can show pictures, but like, we
won't be.
This is mostly audio. Yeah. No, I won't be. But it's when the like, mother of the groom shows up in like a white dress. Like all of those photos are the best, or just any guest. So like, of course, like in this thread, like they blur out their faces, but they'll be like, oh, you would think that's the bride. No, it's not. That's actually just a guest, or the like mother-in-law.
That's actually insane. I mean, not to like, this was like months and months ago, but do you remember Kendall Jenner went to like her friend's wedding and she was wearing like this black cutout like dress that basically just hit her boobs and the rest was like all skin.
Really?
And it went viral. Everyone's like, oh my God, like you were wearing this to your friend's wedding. And the bride actually came out and was like, you don't think that she asked me? And she was like, it's totally fine, because she was a bridesmaid, so she wore her bridesmaid dress and then after changed for the reception. Anyway, long story short, but I love seeing what people wear at weddings.
I love seeing bridesmaids dresses because some people just do their bridesmaids so fucking dirty.
It is like, okay, so I watched 27 Dresses recently, as I do like probably once every 3 years.
I think those dresses are a little hyperbolic.
No,
for the time.
Those are crazy, but I was looking because I've been a bridesmaid once. I was a junior bridesmaid and they weren't that bad, but like the formal material that are in wedding like bridesmaids dresses, like the thick
like tulle and taffeta,
it's like taffeta and it's rough. It is rough.
Yeah, especially like the 80s and 90s. I feel like now that we're getting into more modern times, it's not as bad.
Well, you're seeing a lot like brides being like, here's the color, go pick a dress in any color, which is kind of nice. But then I'm like, I like the uniformity of like everyone having the same dress, but at the same time, it does look crazy if you're just standing up and there's like 6 people in the same dress next to you.
Yeah, I don't like the same dress. Like for mine, which is funny because I have all my bridesmaids dresses still in my closet upstairs, unworn.
They should wear it to your 30th birthday.
We were thinking about that, but I don't even think I'm going that dressy to my 30th birthday.
Okay.
I don't know.
They're
just like, they're long dresses. I don't know. They're just very formal.
You can get it hemmed and wear it again. What's that saying? Shorten it and wear it again.
The second someone says that like to you as the person, you're like, no,
I know.
Like I have my mom's old wedding dress too from her wedding to my stepdad, and it was like a what's the not trumpet mermaid dress.
Oh yeah.
And so that was like her thing. She's like, I'm gonna cut it and like wear it short, and I'm just like
to the club. My mom wore a green blazer and skirt. It was actually really cute.
Oh,
it was in the 90s.
They just do like a low-key wedding?
They did, they actually got married in a church, which is funny. It was obviously in the 80s or whatever they got married, but they got married in a church and they went on a boat for their reception, and then they had one wedding crasher. They jumped on the boat or something.
Way.
They don't know who it is, obviously, to this day. But yeah, it's funny. Very low-key. Very low-key wedding.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. Anywho,
let's get into a fun story. Into it. Okay, let's start with...
Oh, and then we're also doing Tales of a Server.
Tales from Your Server and...
Wedding.
Is it just those two?
Yeah, we didn't do the other one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll start with my short one. So this one I thought was just funny because it was just a screenshot of a Craigslist ad.
Okay.
And the title of the Craigslist ad is Wedding Date Wanted for Mother-in-Law, $1,000.
Oof.
Hello, I'm looking for a wedding date for my mother-in-law from Friday evening to Saturday evening from a wedding in Hudson Valley in August. She needs constant attention and supervision. She will probably wear white and try to escalate small dramas. Your job is to simply to distract and de-escalate. Flatter her for 2 days and make an easy $1,000. You, conversationalist, de-escalator, good dancer, experience with narcissists a plus, able to pretend you happen to be a guest, interested in sitting dancing with my mother-in-law, able to give her your undivided attention, ideally age range 40 to 60-ish, she's 51, slim, attractive, and you have your own suit to wear. We will provide background information, conversation topics, hotel room, your own of course, food and travel expenses. Please send a photo of yourself with a quick blurb indicating your interest qualifications. You will also need to be able to be okay with us running a background check on you for safety's sake. And that's all. I just thought that was funny.
That is really funny. Would you do it?
If my mother-in-law was $1,000 is a little bit steep.
No. Let's say like for father-in-law or for cousin, like you're responding to the ad. Would you get paid $1,000 to go be someone's wedding date?
For a night?
2 nights. Well, this is crazy because like they obviously have to be super honest, but like narcissistic. You have to keep her attention. Like
honestly, the whole like obsession with like mothers and their sons. I think we've talked about this on like a previous episode. But yeah, it's like they're just unfulfilled. So it's like it's just so fucked up that this is even such a thing. That you have to pay someone.
I don't think I would. So if I was the bride or whatever, I wouldn't be doing this post because it's going to come back and haunt you and like make this relationship even worse.
I think the relationship's already fucked up. It's bad enough that she has to do
this. Reminds me of my favorite movie, The Wedding Date, with Deborah Messing. It's so good. She pays someone to be her wedding date.
I don't think maybe I've seen it.
It is not on any streaming platforms. It's not on demand. I cannot pirate it for you. Find it for me, please. Like I've been it's my family's, like all my aunts, my
Nobody
cousins.
wants Deborah Messing.
It's like I want Deborah Messing in this movie. It's so good. That's hilarious though. That's a good one. Yeah, I wouldn't pay that. Would I be that though? I don't think I have enough patience, to be honest. I wouldn't do that either. Like that's like pimping you out. But it's icky. I don't know.
I feel like there are a lot. I mean, have you seen the movie with Kevin Hart where he gets paid to be the best man?
Yes.
That's a more interesting take. That's like a man that has no guy friends.
That's sad.
Yeah.
That's really sad. I don't know. This all around is just sad. Maybe I would do it. But I would just feel so sad knowing that I'm getting paid to date this person for a night.
Well, I would, in this situation, I wouldn't consider it. Like, you're not like romantically going on a date with them. You're just keeping them busy.
This girl's insane. You never know what you have to do to keep her busy.
That's true.
Just kidding. Okay, so mine is very similar. It's a screenshot from a Facebook post. And I guess from the start of this is like in a fitness sort of group because it says not related to fitness. Sorry, excuse me. I have nowhere else to ask this. Would going on my bachelorette party by myself be weird? Like, ask the girls to pitch an X amount of money. They would pay for my flight to even get me to where I'm going just to spend a weekend pampering myself. I just have girls that live all over. They have kids, but I feel like this would be easier and less stressful for me just to do it this way. I just wanted to open this conversation.
Wait, okay, hold on, let me understand. So she's saying my friends are just way too busy, but I still want to go on a trip. So instead, they just pay her to go on vacation alone.
So the way that I'm reading this is that she hasn't even asked any of her friends yet, but she's just like, they all live different places. They have kids. It's just going to be easier if I just ask them to pay for a solo vacation.
Would they be paying for you to go if you were all going together on a trip? No.
Yeah.
So what?
Oh, I'm paying for both of my friends for their bachelorettes. You pay for the bride's away.
You do?
Yeah. I learned it this because I was like, I didn't think so. And they're like, no, you have to pay for flights, accommodations, and they're like, their stipend. We're paying for their drinks and food when we go out.
I don't think so.
Well, that's how we're doing it. So.
I've been to a few.
Okay.
I think maybe it depends on where you go.
Totally.
But for me personally as a bride, I did not expect that. I was like, I will, yeah.
Every bridal party that I've ever heard of in the last 5 years do that way.
I could see... I'm torn on this because me personally as a bride would never expect that.
Okay.
That's kind of crazy to me because like I think it's like it depends like are you paying for their bridesmaids dresses?
Yeah.
Are you paying for their hair and makeup? Because if you're not paying for anything, then like that's
not.
Really shitty.
Mm-hmm. I know. Very interesting. But let's get back on the topic of this conversation. I think this is actually absurd. I would never be like, hey guys, I don't want to party with you to celebrate my last hurrah with my friends. I want to go by myself. Can you pay for everything?
If at least she had the conversation and they were like, so sorry, can't make it because of my kids, then like,
maybe
sure, ask. That's just still weird.
Just pay for your own solo vacation. Like, just go.
Yeah.
I think that's so weird. Like, I would never do this. I would never want this. Like, I would want a bachelor party with my friends. Are you kidding me?
Or, like, go to where one of the friends is, maybe, and just, like, do it there, if that makes it easier. Where it's, like, a more central location that's easier for them to get to.
Totally. I just thought this was so funny. And I've never heard of this before. Like, a solo bachelorette that people pay and they're not going.
Yeah, I've never heard of that either.
No, girl.
No. I actually... Nope, sorry, can't say it.
Okay.
Because I can't. Still a secret. I don't know when this episode's going out, so...
Okay, tell me offline. Okay.
Oh, it's not super juicy or anything.
Okay.
Okay, so my next one is... The title is, I've been invoiced for a wedding guest to come to my wedding. I reworded that because the grammar was not there. Okay. So I got married last weekend. Not gonna lie, it was a bit of a nightmare from start to finish. My partner, I can't talk today.
That's okay, me either.
My partner and I are going to run off and have an elopement ceremony in a few months because it was so bad. Maybe I'll make a post about that later, but right now I'm still a bit too gutted about it. However, my brother invited his new girlfriend. She's got her own online business where she sells makeup and perfumes or something. She's a work from my phone girl.
A pyramid scheme.
Yeah. Anyway, our venue had a strict no phone policy during the ceremony, and I asked for nothing to be posted on social media about the wedding. Today, I received an email from her with an invoice for $500. I gave her a call, she'd put her number on the email, and said to her that I wasn't in the mood for jokes about my wedding, trying to give her an out before she started some more drama, but she doubled down on it. Apparently, she missed a message from a girl who wanted to join her team, and so the girl had signed up under someone else. Due to my no phone, no socials wedding, causing her to miss out on the commission. Anyway, I said I wasn't paying it, and then I'm hurt she would even ask. She then said that if I joined her team, she would waive the invoice. Fine, I'll join if it will shut you up. Except apparently now I have to pay $60 for some starter pack with hundreds of perfume samples in it, even though I'm allergic to perfume. Also, she expects me to post about it all over social media, despite my desire to avoid other people right now. Turns out she would also essentially be my boss, and I don't want to work for her as I'm already in a career of my own that I'm passionate about, that isn't sales or recruitment and isn't commission-based. And the rest of it I'm just trying to get into because it's just her being really sad about it.
That is crazy. First of all, girl, do not get into a pyramid scheme. Second of all, this girl knew about the policy and decided to go to the wedding. That was her decision.
Yeah, and if I was this chick, I'd go to my brother and be like, no.
I would be like,
you don't owe her anything. Like, what is she invoicing you for?
No, this is silly. I would be like,
she could take you to court and nothing.
Laugh out loud. Like, no, girl. That is actually so crazy. I hope to God she doesn't sign up to be a pyramid scheme seller.
I don't know. This was quite a while ago.
So those are her options. Either be paid the invoice or sign up.
There's an option C where it's like, you don't have to pay her anything at all.
No. You just go block.
Yeah.
Goodbye. She decided to come to the wedding. You should be like, okay, well then you need to pay for your food, like
your spot, like $150.
1,000%.
Yeah,
we can play at this game, little one.
Oh my God,
that is crazy. Ew. That's crazy. Okay,
you need the ick.
Okay, I'm gonna switch it up, and it's gonna be Tales from Server.
Okay, and then I have one Tales from Your Server, and then I have another wedding one. So we'll just end on the wedding one because it's a long one.
I have a last wedding one as well.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Okay. The title is, Can I Apply a 50% Auto-Grat If You Think Your Bartender Double as a Babysitter? Women comes in regularly. Think of her as a desperate housewife type. Sometimes she has her ill-mannered spawn in tow. But I'm not one to blame the kids over who bred them. Mid-dinner rush on a well above average cover night, I'm behind the wood, fully seated. She's crammed the 2 tykes and herself in the front of my POS on a couple bar stools swiped from a nearby high top. This is very inadvisable because we've been told to accommodate lest she cusses out the boss in French. So I present her with the libation of choice and offer the young ones still in uniform of whichever upper preschool they've been shuttled to and from, coloring pages and chocolate milk. She orders as usual, meals for herself and the kids, followed by a takeout for the husband who is always busy with business never seen before. But a new occurrence on this particular night. She was sly. She orders the elusive husband's meal for dinner, but upon its arrival, asks it to be packaged up to go. Next thing I know, she's telling me already halfway through the door, just running this home while it's hot back in a flash. And out the door she goes. Isn't that crazy? Sorry, 1 second. She goes, out the door she goes before I can say, ma'am, don't leave your kids at my bar, can escape my mouth. 45 minutes later, she returns nonchalantly. And then she departed. I'm through the last rush and honestly out of words. I greet her and give her an innocent shrug as she sees the mustard and ketchup stains now dry on her youth's crisp white polos. I pour her a fresh pint as first, still full. Has been sitting too long to be fully enjoyed. Yes, there will be a charge for both. Nanny must have been sick or must have resigned as I found myself. At least the kids were left in good, busy hands. Thank you. Come again.
That's fucked up.
There is no way that I would just shrug this off, give her a pint, and not say a word.
It sounds like they're in Europe, though.
It's
not
French.
like it's not like it's an okay thing, but I feel like they're just so much more liberal with leaving their kids places.
I know, but like, let's not. And then even if French or not, or wherever you are, but it's like, I would just never be as polite. Like, I would call Child Protective Services, and I would be like, please greet these people. Like, she just left them at a bar. Like, are you kidding me?
No, that's...
With a random person you don't know.
I wonder what she went to go do. I bet you she, like, took the food to her husband and they had a quickie.
That was my first thought.
Yeah.
I don't think... Or maybe there was, like, not a husband and she just, like, ate in peace. Like,
she's, like, in the bathroom.
But this is, like, the funny thing about, like, these housewives, like, hoity-toity, they can think they get away for everything, is because no one says anything to them. Mm-hmm. So this girl will be doing this again because they just shrugged her, gave her a beer, and she can pay that 50% tip or whatever.
Yeah, clearly if they're going there all the time to eat,
that's what I'm saying.
She can afford it.
Yeah, so I don't know. I just thought this was, like, actually crazy.
I can imagine. It's such a European thing to do, though. Like, I feel like...
yeah.
I don't know. I don't know where I was going with that.
No, but I get the European lifestyle. Like, very, very trusting, very let go, let God.
They also just, like, don't give a fuck. They're like, no, seriously. They're fine.
Yeah, no, I agree. So I just thought it was so funny, but I don't think that would fly in like, Child Protective Services would be there.
Oh, in the U.S., I think... Yeah, like 100%. The server like would have no shit. But, but I think it's mostly because the servers in the US are just like they're paid so terribly. Like in Europe, they're actually paid a very livable wage.
You don't tip in Europe, which is crazy.
It actually is. When we were like in Hungary, like we were talking to the server and he's like, yeah, I can't take tips, but he's like, I promise you, I get paid very well. Like I've been working here for like 10 plus years. Wow. And I make a very good living for my family.
Not in North America.
Not in North America.
Nope.
Like it's crazy to me how like some people make like $2 an hour.
It's actually like, that's disgusting.
Yeah.
And then it's on us to tip them very, very well so they have like a living. Like the restaurant should be the one paying them high over well.
Do you know why tipping became a thing?
Why?
I believe it was after the Depression.
Okay.
When restaurants wanted to open again, they couldn't afford the staff that they needed to open. So then that's where they came up with tipping, where they're like, we'll pay a small amount that we can afford, and then they put the rest of it on people.
pretty
so
fucked
just
up.
like the constant like saying of just like, why is it up to me to pay your staff a livable wage? It makes absolutely no sense.
No sense. And like, just want to say, we both tip well over the 15%. Like, we'll do it.
I usually do 20% unless they're like heinously bad.
I agree. But it's just like, it's frustrating. It's like, why am I paying your bills?
Yeah, I would always feel bad at like sushi restaurants because sushi's like pretty cheap here.
I know.
I would do dollar amount for those ones,
Same.
and I'd be like,
oh my god, same.
$2.50.
Yes. Okay.
Just to be polite.
Agreed.
Okay, I'll do my servants. So this is a long one, but she's a good one.
Okay, buckle up.
Okay. Big guy, or big guy tips big.
We're on one today.
Okay. Guy tips big to impress a date, but returns afterwards to take money back. We had a guy come in last night with his date. Throughout the evening, he was the picture of courtesy and good manners. He complimented me, thanked me every time I came to refresh waters or check on the table, made a point to be forgiving of a kitchen mistake, super extra nice, the dream customer, really. I appreciated it, but didn't delude myself that I was the source and figured he was just in a good mood because the date was going well. They were chatting, laughing, having a great time, so I assumed I was an indirect beneficiary. He was certainly in some kind of celebratory mood because he was sparing no expense. He asked for our highest quality wine. She got our most expensive entree. He ordered one of every appetizer for her to sample when she made a remark that she was having trouble deciding. It was a real feast. So the evening starts wrapping up and I get their check. I ask if that'll be together or separate. She starts to say separate, but he makes a big deal of saying, "Oh, are you kidding? Together, definitely together. You never have to pay when you're with me, babe." And so on and so forth. Then slides me a credit card. I get everything sorted and bring out the receipt. He fills it out and it comes to $289 total. He doesn't even blink and makes a big show of leaving a $100 tip. He thanks me for my service and emphasizes what a lovely night they've had. Of course, a tip that size is exceptional, so I thanked him profusely. He said there was no need to thank him and goes on a big tear about how underappreciated waitstaff are and to just think of it as a stand-in for all the ingrates who didn't treat me right, going, "Don't plan to tip, don't plan to eat out, you know?" Looking at the mesmerized girl the whole time and not giving me a glance. I could care less where he was looking. I was looking at the upcoming $100.
Yeah.
I thanked him again and said I hope to see them back again soon, and that was that. So then he helps her with her coat and off they go. Great night. I was riding high. About 90 seconds later, he's back in the door without her, going, "I think I left my..." Then when the door shut and looking to make sure she was out of earshot, he goes, without the slightest shade of shame or embarrassment, "Mark the tip down to $20, hon. I was just playing it up for my date. You understand." And turns to go. I understood, but not how he hoped I would. But I couldn't make a scene in the middle of work. That's not my place. So I just said one more time in order to give his conscience a chance to sink in. "Okay, sir, you'd like to amend your tip from $100 to $20. Is that correct?" And even though I didn't show a hint of displeasure in my voice, he shot back extremely hostile. "Yes, and if I see a cent over the 20 on there, I'm going to dispute the whole meal with my credit vendor, so don't try to pull anything."
Oh my god.
The most frustrating part of this for me was not even going from an over 30% tip to under 10%, but rather that this poor girl was being strung along with no idea of who the guy was behind her back. It was an extremely manipulative of him, which is a major red flag. I've had my share of toxic relationships in the past and really wish someone had pulled the blinders off my eyes, so desperately wanted to do something to alert this girl to the trick the guy had pulled, hoping it'd be a catalyst to her questioning his other actions. But again, I was at work and that just wasn't my place, so I altered the bill and that was that. Then, just in time, something occurred to me and I darted outside hoping to catch them in the parking lot. I got lucky. They'd parked on the street instead and he was still dealing with the parking meter. So I flagged him down and rushed across the street, nearly stumbling into traffic in my haste for the delicious moment. His date was already in the car, but rolled down her window since no one expects the waitress to follow you out to your car, waving her arms like a crazy person. I made it across and said, more than loudly enough for her to hear, "Sir, we amended your tip from $100 down to $20 as you requested, but you'll actually need to fill out a different receipt reflecting your new total for our records. Your old receipt still has your original tip of $100 written on it, but since you just came in and asked us to charge you $20 instead, we can't have a discrepancy in our records. I hope you understand. This is just a bookkeeping regulation that goes way above me. It has nothing to do with your retroactively downgrading your tip from $20 to $100. We're just glad you enjoyed your evening."
Was that true? Or did she make that up?
I don't know. I'm hoping it's true. There's more.
Okay.
His jaw was on the floor. He tried to pretend as though he didn't know what I was talking about, trying to give me some line about, I think you're after someone else. I'd only come back because I forgot my keys, but I would not let it rest. The more he played down, the more I repeated versions of, you wanted to change your tip from $100 down to $20. You came back in, and on and on. So we went back and forth for a few more seconds when he finally went, okay, whatever, sorry for the miscommunication. If you need me to fill out a new receipt, I can. And I, totally even keeled, was like, you only need to fill out a new receipt if you want to change your tip from $100 down to $20.
I love this girl.
And I'm guessing he didn't have the money in his account because he did it. He filled out the new receipt. His girlfriend was visibly shocked, and the man was staring daggers through me. You could feel the rage emanating off of him.
Good on you.
It was vicariously quite satisfying in place of the other toxic men I never did get that confrontation with, and all the bad tippers. Ironically, the exact kind he made a righteous speech decrying just a few minutes beforehand. And then off they drove. I'm sure never to patronize our restaurant again, but hopefully never to go out together again either, which would make it totally worth it. The end.
I love her. I would never have the guts to do what she did unless it actually had to be done.
I would 100% do it.
Maybe I would. I get feisty now and then, but that's actually so insane.
I just like the part where he's like, okay, fine, like I'll fill it out, and she's like, just to be clear, you only have to do this if you're going from 100
that's
to 20.
Amazing.
Just so he couldn't be like, oh no, she just needed me to like fix it. I still tipped her 100, but so like she was just very clear.
No, she's so funny. I remember in our last season, obviously we did like a red flags episode, and like a bad tipper is kind of a red flag. No, it is a red flag. Like someone that's not. This is double the red flag. Like this, it's toxic.
Up. Like no, totally. Like the fact that you have no shame to go in and be like, hey, I was just doing that like for my date. Like you need to dumb it down.
Ew. Yeah, no, I hope that girl dumps him after that. That's disgusting.
Fingers crossed, man.
Fingers crossed.
I think the thing is like, I think bad tippers are twofold. You have the ones that are definitely on purpose bad tippers because they just don't feel that they owe it.
Yeah.
But then there's people that just genuinely like don't understand what the norm is, because I feel like it's constantly the minimum of what's not going to get you a dirty look consistently keeps going up.
So true.
Because for a while I was doing like 15%, which was fine.
It's not even an option now, the first three. It goes like 18, 25, 30,
it starts at 18. Yeah. So for a while I was like doing 15, and then like eventually some other people are like, oh, like you have to do like minimum 18 now. And now in my mind I'm like, it's 20. Like even when Steve and I go out to eat, he'll pay, but then he'll hand it to me to do the tip because he's like,
I don't know. Yeah. That's funny. I know tipping is like real. It's like a skilled art. I don't know. I just hate it. It's like nerve-wracking. I know. Because you don't want to look like a cheapskate. So I always pick like the second option.
The one thing I appreciate about Canada, though, it's all on a machine. Like in the States, when it's like you have to put an amount and then you have to fucking do the math yourself.
It's so... I remember like back in the day, like you remember you go to like CAX Club with all your friends and then you whip out your calculators and like try to... Oh my God, it was just like so funny.
But also the fact in the States, they don't split bills in the States like they do here.
What?
Yeah.
Ew.
You literally get one bill, and then you as a table need to tell them how much you are charging onto each card.
Oh my God.
Like when we went with Steve's cousins in New York once, I was like, oh, can you guys just like get them to split the bill? Mm-hmm. And they're like, that's not a thing here. Like you don't ask for that. It's like embarrassing to ask for that. And I was like, why?
I'm not gonna be embarrassed. Do it. Can you do it for me, please?
One of us is gonna pay for the whole thing. Like, who do you think we are?
I know. Seriously, what the fuck? Oh my God, that's insane. Okay, my last one. Going back to wedding, and I thought again, very short. It's looks like a Facebook group, and they're seeking advice. Okay. Seeking advice and opinions on whether I'm being unfair in this situation. So kind of like an Am I the Asshole Wedding edition. I just found out a week ago that my maid of honor is pregnant. We have been best friends for over 15 years and each other's weddings day are very important to us. I was her maid of honor a number of years ago and went to the nth degree to ensure her day was everything imagined. We had decided to postpone our wedding from January to September of this year. Her newborn will be 2 weeks old on the day. She already knew our new date for later this year when she got pregnant. I'm having a really hard time moving past this. I feel betrayed and as though she hasn't considered how this will impact my day. I will keep thinking of all the things that could go wrong with a newborn and don't want her to miss out on any important aspects of the day because of it. Happy to clarify other details. I don't have that, unfortunately. Advice and opinions welcome. Please don't be harsh.
Wait, so she's mad that she's going to be pregnant at the wedding? No, or just like...
She's mad that her maid of honor is pregnant and she didn't take the wedding date into consideration before conceiving her baby.
Well, the missing details here are... Did she do it on purpose? Second of all, I mean, that sucks.
Yeah.
But... There's a lot of missing pieces.
There's just a lot of missing pieces, and I wish we had the clarifying details, but I'm sorry. Based on this post alone, she's saying, like, I think this is basically the only information because, like...
I thought she was going to be like, she's going to be, like, 8 months pregnant at my wedding. Am I an asshole to, like, kick her out?
Totally.
And I'd be like, yes, you would be an asshole to kick her out, but if you genuinely were like, then you can be like, hey, are you still comfortable being in the bridal party? Because some women are just like, fuck, I don't want to have to deal with all of that with a pregnant belly.
And I understand, like, me trying to get pregnant, like, thinking in this situation, I'm like, oh, it wouldn't be ideal if I was pregnant because, like, the bachelorette still needs to happen, the whatever. But I'm sorry, I'm not going to base my children's life around...
Yeah, you don't have to base your entire life around someone else's wedding. Like,
it's just one day.
I mean, maybe you've overestimated how close of friends you are.
Yeah, and everyone's comments on this is like, a psycho, you're not a real best friend if you're not concerned of, like, that newborn, like, who cares about you? Wedding's only one day. Like, it's pretty harsh when she asked not to be.
Yeah, like, one of my bridesmaids, she already had one kid, and she was like, oh yeah, I think we're gonna like wait to try until after your wedding. And I was like, oh, I like really appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, no, that's really nice. Okay, listen to this comment. Oh, sweetheart, no one's gonna remember your wedding a week later, no matter how tightly you control every aspect, up to including your bridal party's fertility. Your attitude is despicable. But honestly, she's right.
Yeah.
Like, F off. Who cares?
I do feel bad because I did go to a wedding pre-COVID where there was like one of the bridesmaids. She had like her kid was like 2 or 3 weeks old, and you could tell she was so flustered. Like, could you imagine?
No, I wouldn't go.
The first 3 weeks.
I like wouldn't go.
Yeah, although like she still had like a really good time because everyone was like, I want to hold the baby. So like there was always someone like looking after it so she could go have a good time.
That's funny.
But I just couldn't imagine like how exhausted you are the first couple weeks.
And you're still like figuring out the breast milk thing and like you're tired and maybe this baby will be early and it'll be like a month old, by the way. Like, there you go. You never know.
Honestly, without saying it, she's just upset that like probably she's gonna like ruin the pictures or something.
Ruin the pictures, or not pictures necessarily, but like ruin her day. I don't know what it is about this psycho, but I do understand, like, it does suck if my friend wasn't going to be at my wedding mentally all there. Like, it does suck. You want to shit. I understand where she's coming from, but you cannot be mad.
Those are inside thoughts.
Yeah, totally. Like, we all think it. We do not say it out loud. Yeah. Like, it does. It's shitty, but you let go. You're
only an asshole if you put it on the internet and ask people if you're an asshole. But if it's inside your head, you're not an asshole, because it's like, people think about things.
Well, that happened to Jade and bringing everything back to The Bachelor, obviously. When Jared and Ashley got married, Jade Roper, Jade and Tanner, she was in her wedding and she missed it because she had her baby and it was a newborn.
Was that when she had it in the closet?
Yeah, I think so. No, not that one. I don't think. Can't remember.
I think
one of them. That's actually crazy. On TikTok, not like side note, the amount of girls that like give birth without knowing that they're pregnant. I don't know if you're on that TikTok, but every now and then I get like this girl that's just like randomly pregnant.
I used to watch the show. I didn't know I was pregnant.
There you go. Well, there's a girl. Have you ever seen it? Yeah, I've seen it. They were like reenactments, right? Like, it's really cheesy. Really bad.
Yeah. The one with like the fast food worker who like had her baby in the public bathroom. Like, she went to the toilet, thought she was just taking a massive poo, and had a fucking baby.
So this girl on TikTok thought the same thing, and she had a one-night stand with a frat guy. So she calls her baby Frat Baby on Netflix and on TikTok. She's like, look at Frat Baby. Like, that's not her real name, obviously, but like, I thought it was so funny because she just randomly gave birth one day.
There's a girl I went to high school with who, like, same thing, like, woke up in the middle of the night, had like really bad stomach pains, went to the hospital, and they're like, you're having a baby. And then she had to do like a GoFundMe because like they didn't have anything. Money.
Oh my God, wait, no, that's actually my nightmare. Because you have 9 months to like get over the shock and prepare.
I couldn't imagine. I think I've told the story, so stop me if I have. But when I worked at Le Chateau, like, a girl called one day. Okay. No. I'd only been working there for maybe 3 months, and we were closing up. Like, all the customers were gone. We're cleaning, and she was our cashier. And she calls, and she's like, I can't come into work tomorrow. I just had a baby. And we're all like, stop fucking with us. And she's like, I'm not kidding. Go look on Facebook. And it's like a picture of her in a hospital, like, holding a baby. And we're like, what the fuck happened? Like, did you not know? And she's like, I knew I was going to give it up for adoption, so I didn't want to tell anyone I was pregnant, but then I decided to keep it. And the thing is like, once I saw her after the baby, I was like, how did no one notice she was pregnant? Like, she was visibly much smaller because I only worked there for 3 months. So I just thought she was a bigger girl.
Oh, got it. Yeah.
So I was like,
that's funny.
None of you know this.
Idiots. Yeah, there's this one girl on TikTok. Again, I guess I'm on this TikTok. But this girl found out she was pregnant and then 1 month later gave birth to it. Like, so she was like completely surprised. Like, she was 8 months along.
Jesus.
But she didn't know that. She just took a test and she like was scheduled to see her doctor because you're not supposed to see your doctor for like 3 weeks or something. And so when she had the baby before her first doctor's appointment to find out how far along she is. That's actually
like so scary. Like, no, I don't drink that much, but for people who like drink on like a normal, every night, and then you find out like,
it'd be my first
instantly,
concern.
Here's a baby, and you're like, oh fuck.
So that drug that I just snorted, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. I don't do drugs, but no, like I drink enough that I should not be pregnant when I'm like, it's crazy.
I'm ready.
I know, exciting.
Well, not just yet.
Yeah, you gotta go on your honeymoon first.
Very soon.
Very exciting.
That's just on my timeline. Not
Yeah.
Steve's.
But you're going on your honeymoon this year, and you don't want to be pregnant for that.
I do not. I really do not.
No.
Okay.
Your last one.
This is my last one. Yes. Mm-hmm. Okay. Sorry, this one's a little bit long too, but it's also very interesting.
No, yours are way better. I gotta get better at this Reddit thing because I was like struggling to find some.
You gotta find the ones that have all the upvotes because those are the ones that people will find. I'll show you.
Yeah, I don't know Reddit. Okay.
Okay. So the title is The Most Loveless, Awkward Rich People Wedding I've Been to.
Oh.
And it's marked as disaster. So
it's like, shoot. Okay. Yes.
So the groom was my friend who at the time was 30 and revealed he was dating his 20-year-old intern. Part 1 of the tacky.
God.
The girl's family were all land-owning, old, aristocratic people, and she is easily the coldest, most miserable person I've ever met. She's permanently disinterested and unenthusiastic about everything. But after a few months, thinks it probably makes sense that she moves in with her boss boyfriend. She tells her incredibly pushy, stuck-up mother that she's planning the move, and the mom is all, oh, why bother with that silly little phase? Cut to the chase and just get married ASAP.
Oh my God.
My idiot friend thinks it's a great idea because he's basically fallen in love with all of their old money lifestyle, summer houses in the south of France, iconic family members, and generally what the whole family represents. So a bunch of us begrudgingly do the few-hour drive across England to go to their rich friend's land where the wedding is taking place. We arrive in nice dresses and heels, our guy friends in suits, hair done, lipstick, and suddenly realize that in comparison, look like we rolled in off of the set of The Only Way is Essex. Oh. These people were so rich and posh, they no longer felt the need to wear shoes to a wedding.
Wait, what?
In a field.
Didn't expect that.
Hemp shirts and patchwork dresses and loose fabric and daisies in hair and no shoes in sight.
Wait, are they really rich?
Everyone's called Kitty or Titty or Panda or Toffee.
Oh my God.
Voices so posh the regular ear cannot decipher it and can only be heard by dogs and other nobility. There's a massive tent in the middle of the field, undecorated, looking like it's on loan from Fire Festival. Long, unadorned tables like we're queuing to find out which extracurricular activity to sign up for on Freshers Week. Anyway, we got to sit down and get this thing over with, only to find out that everyone has been separated and is being sat with complete and utter strangers.
Ew.
Couples were not even allowed to sit at the same table as each other. Our friend's 8-month pregnant wife marched off to a table on her own on the other side of whatever medical emergency tent they've had us ushered into. Her British Indian husband made to sit with an 18-year-old who really wants to talk about her gap year in Calcutta. Meanwhile, I get the pleasure of being sat with a 60-year-old who only communicates in hedge fund similes and a 25-year-old with his arm in a cast which he broke preparing for Tough Mudder.
Oh my Lord.
He is wearing Oakley sunglasses attached to a glasses chain.
Oof.
That old money.
Yeah, I don't know what kind of money this is.
The mother of the bride gets up and does a month-long speech about how hot her new son-in-law is.
Ew.
Someone brings out cake specifically for her to blow out the candles as a thank you for just existing. No, it was not her birthday. She ends her speech by trying to marry off her 4 other daughters like we're cosplaying Pride and the Prejudice now. When asked if the bride would like to say something, she snorts and says she's too bored to say anything at her own wedding. She's also not wearing shoes or makeup or a veil or jewelry or anything to suggest she gives a shit about being there. Instead, she has spent the whole day rolling her eyes and being surly. I ask her how she's doing, feeling myself to be overdressed because I applied mascara, and she shrugs. So the groom steps up to give his speech, which, as it turns out, is a half-hour declaration of love for his mother-in-law.
Oh my God. Oh, wait, ew. Where's
she
this going?
has, by now, already been presented with her own cake, and I am, at this point, unsure whose wedding I've come to. His deeply enthusiastic and adoring speech doesn't mention his bride once. It doesn't mention or thank his mom, or his dad, or his brother, or his best man, who are sitting right in front of him. His wife, however, is not sitting right in front of him because she is now on her way to have an unenthusiastic piss in the portable toilet without shoes.
Ew! Oh, Lord.
The entertainment was her teenage cousin playing the acoustic guitar and singing really shit songs he'd written in his bedroom.
What?
Then someone donated a $50,000 firework display as a wedding gift. What does a $50,000 firework display look like, you ask? I can't remember. It was that unmemorable. Having finally had enough, all of the groom's friends excused themselves early, and we all went to the pub. And yes, they're still together, and no, they are not even close to being happy.
That is actually insane. Okay, I'm all for like age is just a number, but 20 and 30 is like rough, I think, because 20 is like you're basically 19, you're basically a teenager. Like,
I think like she just, I don't know, like old money people can sometimes be like a little bit.
This is like hippie money. You know when you were describing it, midsummer vibes.
Oh yeah.
I was like, are they gonna kill? They probably killed everyone. That's where they got their money. That's disgusting. He's having an affair with the mother-in-law, then, right?
Apparently. I mean, if the girl's 20, the mother-in-law like
is probably only 50.
Like like 40, 40s,
and
or
he's
50.
like 30.
Yeah.
That is insane. I would have loved to go to that wedding just to like see it. The no shoes in the porta potty like really got me.
Disgusting.
I
won't go to a porta potty on a good day.
Same. Like insane.
I went to a festival, the Lyrical Lemonade one.
Oh yeah.
I was there from 8 o'clock in the morning until 3 o'clock in the morning.
And you didn't go to the washroom?
Not once. I just wasn't. I was like, I refuse. It was hot. Like, and I have the bladder. Like, I have an ironclad bladder.
So I do not. I have peed twice in the last hour. So it's rough. It's rough out here. I'm
also like a camel. I don't instinctively drink water. Like, I feel like there are people in this world that they're just constantly drinking it. For me, it's a very conscious effort to do it.
I was actually talking to a friend the other day about that. It's like, I could go a whole day without drinking water, and like 9 p.m. comes, I'm like, damn, I need a glass of water.
I only drink when I put a meal together.
Oh, that's funny. I became a gallon water drinking gal last year.
Nice.
And I did that for like 10 months straight. And then I was like, I'm going to take a break because like I gotta stop peeing. Like it's too much.
No, it's good.
No, I know. So I'm bringing it back up. I got my new water bottle, really cute. Hydro Jug, sponsor us.
I actually really wanted to get, you know what I found very helpful? The ones that have the time on it. It's like, keep going. Same. Almost there.
No, I really find that helpful. So I bought a gallon water bottle last year, but it was the size of my body. Like it was so big, and I was like, I can't walk around with that. That's crazy. So I got a half a gallon water bottle so I can fill it up.
That's
once
smart.
But I missed the time.
The trick is to put ice in it. Ice is what keeps it crisp and fresh. Room temperature water, no go.
That's the one thing I hate about living in an apartment. Like I don't have an ice maker. Do you have an ice maker?
Revolutionary. Automatic ice maker.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the fucking best.
I need to buy a house.
Yeah. Just a house.
Yeah, for that.
Just get like a new fridge.
Yeah.
No, buy those fancy ice makers that people get on TikTok to put in their iced coffees, like the little circular ones.
I have my whole counter space is your island, so it's like nothing. But when I buy my house in 10 years, I will make sure that I have an ice maker.
I heard that they're starting to go down in price. They're not starting to go down, but they're not going for over asking anymore.
Well, it's really funny because I'm obsessed with real estate. Like I look at apartments that are for sale every single night, and I found an apartment with like 2 bedrooms in Mount Pleasant, which is like 20 minutes outside of downtown, 10-15 minutes, for like $600,000. It is sad that is cheap.
Wait, it's a 2-bedroom?
2-bedroom apartment.
For $600,000?
Yeah.
Dang.
But it's like sad that's cheap in Vancouver. Like you can go to Nashville and get a $600,000 house with 4 bedrooms, 4 baths, like with a yard.
In Texas, you can get it for like $300,000. You're in the middle of nowhere, but it's a beautiful house.
But I'm like, it's just like so funny that we find that cheap. But yeah, so.
Do you remember the time you found an apartment? It was like $250,000, like right in English Bay, and you're like, I'm gonna go see this house, but then it ended up being First Nations land.
Yes, I do remember that. I forgot about that. That's funny.
Yeah, because it was a beautiful place.
I could buy something like tomorrow if it was $250,000 if I got my mortgage approved. But
I'd buy an investment property if you could get something for that
1,000%. Yeah, but not happening. So
actually, it's interesting. Someone in our complex is like renting out theirs for like, it's a 3-bedroom, but they're doing it fully furnished, but they're charging $4,200 a month.
Wait, where is this?
In my complex.
Oh, wow.
So like a 3-bedroom, they're renting it for $4,200, and I was like,
damn.
Like our mortgage is like $3,000.
Yeah.
So I was like, damn,
that's pretty good.
You're making a fat profit.
Yeah, that's sick. I mean, they always say real estate's the best investment, but you know, I don't even have enough money to buy my own thing. So
yeah, at least everyone's in the same boat. Like that's the thing. Yeah. Something's gonna like the what's the word? The shoe's gonna drop at some point.
Totally.
Because no one can do it.
I can't wait for a crash. Just kidding.
Fuck me.
Yeah. Well, at least you have yours. You don't have to sell.
Yeah, but it's like, it's that scary notion where like if like prices all of a sudden drop like crazy, then like I'm fucked.
Yeah. Why?
Because then the value of the house goes down.
Yeah. If you want to sell, but you're not selling for years, right? Like you're gonna have your first kid here or no?
Yeah. Like, well, we have to save for minimum 5 years.
Oh, right. Duh.
Because of our interest. You can get out, but then it's like tens of thousands of dollars to get out.
Not worth it. I know. Why would you want to move? You just bought a house.
Exactly. Anyways, apology? Anyone to apologize to?
I don't have one. I literally don't have one.
We're just like being like too good. Like we're just getting better.
We're just like just angels. Like I didn't piss anyone off this week, thank God.
I don't think I did either.
And that's a rarity. Actually, I haven't seen anyone. I've been like pretty chill, so.
Same.
Yeah. Okay. Well, no apology this week. There you go. Sorry.
Okay. Well, toodaloo.
See you next week.
Bye.